Hey guys, Lauren Oliver here for a slightly belated episode of Ask Lauren Oliver, episode 24. Sorry, it's been a crazy week for me. I'm sure it's crazy for you. This is what happens when the holiday season comes. Everybody starts having parties. I don't know if you checked me out last night, but I actually went to a red carpet event, my first red carpet. So I've been very fancy. Those that know me well, you know that my hair takes about 5 hours to wrangle into any decent shape. So that's the excuse I'm giving for why it's delayed. So we'll jump right into questions this week. From Megan H. from email, what is your favorite YA book? Well, Megan H., this is like when people ask me whether I would pick Alex or Julian. They're just so amazing, so I can't pick. I have a ton of favorite YA books from contemporary books that are published, have published in the past couple of years to books I read when, I was kind of a teenager. Some of the seminal YA books like The Outsiders. So I can't answer that question. I'm sorry. But the great news is I can't answer that question because there's so many amazing YA books out there. Cindy from Goodreads asked which book was the hardest and the most time consuming for you to write and why. I get this question a lot, and to be honest, I feel like each book has its own challenges and its own rewards. But in terms of which book took me the longest, that would have to be my adult novel, Rooms. It took me a really long time to figure out how I wanted to tell that story. I knew that I wanted to tell the story of these people who go back to this old house to clean it up after the death of their father, but I really didn't know which perspectives I wanted, and even after I figured out some of the perspectives, it took me a long time to kind of nail them down. So I definitely worked on that book for about 2.5 to 3 years. Not all, I wasn't working on it every day, but I was kind of playing around with it, so that would have to be my answer. Nomi from Goodreads, what are things you used to like to write about when you were younger? Did you like using journals? I still like to use journals because it helps me to brainstorm, to write by hand. So I definitely still use that. I write in Moleskines, I wrote on note cards. When I was younger, I did a lot of kind of fan fiction. I wrote a lot about the books, short stories based on books that I loved. And I also wrote short stories for my best friend Jackie, in which we would both get to make out with the boys we liked. So that's kind of right. I was doing early smut is what I would say. Fan fiction and early smut. You never know. From humble beginnings come great things. Epic Reads from Tumblr. Love your questions, guys. Keep them coming. Would you rather be barefoot for the rest of your life or wear Crocs for the rest of your life? Well, that is a no-brainer. I pretty much love being barefoot. In fact, while I don't like practical shoes, I adore the feeling of being barefoot. It would be a pain in the winter, but I pretty much go barefoot all summer long anyway, and into the spring, so I would only have to adjust for a couple seasons. In terms of wearing Crocs every day for the rest of my life, not gonna happen. So that's it for this week's episode of Ask Lauren Oliver. Don't forget to send me your questions. Tweet them at me, send them to me on Tumblr, email me, Facebook me. I'm all over the place. And I can't wait to hear from you. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.